You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about Brittney Griner. That's right, the WNBA's woke trifecta. She's black. She's a woman, ? And she is lesbian. My goodness. That is the leftist propaganda machine that actually happens to play basketball, the WNBA. That is their wet dream of a player. By the way, the whole league is ate up with that. That's right, the very player that knowingly had cannabis oil on them while they were in Russia, where they had been playing ball for years and years and years. They got busted that Biden traded the Michael Jordan of weapons dealers for. I mean, like literally the greatest of all time. Victor Bout was slinging weapons with his tongue hanging out like Jordan, and Biden, of course, gave up the farm and one of the most dangerous men on the planet for a basketball player. I still, to this day, will say if it was a straight white basketball player, she'd be rotting in Russian prison right now. Well, maybe she wouldn't be because Trump probably would have gotten her out there. So the other day, stemming from the Atlanta Dream and Indiana Fever game, was Brittney Griner caught on camera mouthing what certainly looks a hell of a lot like trash and effing white girl. All right? We all seen it. Right here, trash. Effing white girl. That is certainly at the end of that. I'm sorry. I know people are trying to say effing whack call. That sure looks like a G to me and not a C. All right. So, Outkick has, I will give them credit for this. They have been on the WNBA's ass about, hey, when are you going to make a comment about this? You opened an investigation into Indiana Fever fans alleging racism against Angel Reese from a game the other day, by which there was absolutely no proof of. People even came out and proved what the supposed racist noise was. It was a YouTuber, Flat Reacts. Neither here nor there. Guess what? Kathy Engelberg and you too, Adam Silver, by the way. Oh, and on a side note, boy, they hate our ass. They hate black and white sports. Oh, they do. Well, it's because we will call them out for things just like this. Where is the investigation against Brittney Griner for what seems to be racial remarks made about your number one player, far and away, who, by the way, is going to be out a minimum of 2 weeks, more likely 4 to 6 weeks. The WNBA, look, there's calls of boycotts going on right now. Right now. Fans are like, nah, this is a perfect opportunity for the WNBA to F around and find out. Keep in mind, there are road teams that moved their games to NBA arenas because Caitlin Clark was coming to town. They're about to lose thousands of dollars. They're going to have so many empty seats. It's going to be glorious to see on television. The WNBA began the season by launching a No Space for Hate initiative, claiming it would have a zero tolerance for concepts like racism and bigotry this season. Thus, the league, by the way, let's not get caught up in that. That's another way of saying we're going to try to come after people and censor them too. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Thus, the league is currently investigating a dubious claim from a social media user that they heard a Fever fan make monkey noises at Sky Forward Angel Reese earlier this month. However, the NBA continues to show that it does not treat all cases of racism or alleged racism with the same level of concern. Last week, Dream center Brittney Griner was shown on a broadcast uttering profanities after her 6th foul against the Fever. As the clip trended, most observers read her lips by saying trash effing white girl in the direction of either Caitlin Clark and or a white ref. Could have been against one of her teammates, too. I didn't think of Lexi Hull or Sophie Cunningham. But, of course, likes of Jemele Hill came out and tried to explain this away. Keith Olbermann has jumped right into this, too. Instead of addressing Brittney Griner's comments honestly, Jemele Hill and Keith Olbermann and Will Compton, really? Will Compton? A bussin' with the boys? All right. Spent the weekend rage tweeting about Outkick personalities Clay Travis, Riley Gaines, and Bobby Burack. My God. So, this is where we're at. All right. Jemele Hill made these comments. The foul call made had nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. It was because she fouled Natasha Howard. She clearly says trash and effing whack call. No, she doesn't clearly say that. I just love she clearly says. No, she doesn't. That's very obviously a G and not a C. I agree. But here's the issue. The WNBA is silent. Outkick has sent more than 4 requests to comment to the league about Reese's post. The other day, Reese put up a post, shared a TikTok video where she claimed the white girl was running away from a fight. WNBA silent on that. The WNBA silent on Brittney Griner and the comments she made. The WNBA media has no interest in holding Griner accountable. No, they ain't talking about it. In fact, a lot of them are trying to defend her. Griner chased down a referee during a sideline interview to tell him to be effing better. Despite all the mental gymnastics the players and media perform, the NBA has a racism problem. It's just not one, as the narrative goes, rooted in white supremacy or great white hopeism. In other words, we know the black athletes in the league, guess what? They can't stand the straight white girls. And by the way, they don't like white fans either. I'm just letting you know. If you're white and you're an Indian, actually, let me be fair. If you're black and an Indiana Fever fan, they hate your ass too. I'm just letting you know right now. That's a thing. All right? Because there are a lot of black people that are calling out Angel Reese, and look, those fans, the league, they're mad at them too. I got to be fair there. But Outkick's right. They're right. Where is the investigation from the WNBA on Brittney Griner? When does that investigation start? Oh, by the way, the league talking about we may never hear anything about the other investigation that was opened up. Well, that's convenient now, isn't it? You see how this works? They actually started getting viewership. They started making money, and they're going to F it all up. If I was Adam Silver, I would call the commissioner of the WNBA because he's technically over them. And I would say, look, we've already been through this. It's taken years for our ratings to start creeping back up. You might want to change, course correct, and do it now. I mean, I guarantee you Adam Silver knows who Black and White Sports is. 2020 and 2021 and 2022 was a thing. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.